Hello guys and welcome to another edition of Lechuza. Today we are going to make something different from real situations, okay? We are going to make kind of a storytelling about something that happened to me, and we have to pay attention to the use of past simple and the sounds z, sh, and t that we started in the previous edition of Funny Tips. Let's start. Okay, before we start talking about this funny story, I want to thank all our new subscribers and remember you that you can find us in every social media as Lechuza RG, and you can also leave your messages out down here so we can make the new videos. So, okay, this is a story that happened to me. I want to tell you that because I feel that probably it can help you to know and understand that at the beginning the process of learning English can be difficult, but at the end you can reach a good level and good fluency. So don't give up, continue on the working in the process, and you will see good results. Okay, what happened? Imagine that when I finished high school, as many of you, didn't know exactly what I wanted to study, and I liked many different careers, but I couldn't make a choice. I was interested in journalist career. I was also kind of attracted by law, and modern languages, that was actually the career I studied, wasn't like my first option. But I studied in the biggest university in Venezuela, which is called Central University of Venezuela, and it is a public university, so you have to sit on a test to see if you are, you have a good level to enter. And when I did the exam, I passed, and you have to put some options. Like I remember it was like 5 or 6 options of careers that you liked. And my last option actually was modern languages, and that was the one that was available at the moment because the other 5 options were already full. So I was approved, but only for modern languages. So I said okay, the one that I really want to study is the journalist career. It wasn't possible at the moment. So I said to myself, okay, if I cannot study that career in this moment, then I will take the opportunity, because it was really hard to get approved to study in that university, and say, okay, I studied for a year and then I changed to the other one that was the one I wanted to study. Well, as you may know, I did not know anything of English. I mean, the level I had was the one that we all have in high school. Like you always start studying the verb to be and maybe present simple or something like that, but I didn't have a good level. So you can imagine that when I first entered to the very first class, everything was in English. I mean, I was ashamed because it was a classroom of about 40 or 45 people, and all of them at least understood what the teacher was saying. And I was like lost. I didn't know anything, but anything. Actually, I remember the previous day of the first class, I was looking at the computer how to introduce myself. Looked up in the translator, the Google Translator, and I put like, yo tengo 17 años, 18 años, I don't remember how old I were. And the Google Translator, as you may know, sometimes is not super precise. And the option that it gave me that at that moment was I have 18 or 19 years old. And as you may know, that is not the way, the proper way we have to say our age. And actually I said that in the first class when I introduced myself. I was like, hi, my name is Jocelyn and I have 19 years old. And everybody looked at me like, you have no idea of what you are saying. Well, so when the career started, there were 4 subjects. I had English, French, linguistics, and Spanish language. And English was divided in 4, if I'm not wrong. The one was grammar, another one was about phonetics, another one was called book, and I don't remember if the last one was called culture or something like that. The point is that the grammar class or the book class was the first time I introduced myself. Then I missed the first class of phonetics. And I remember that the second class, that was the first one I had, all of my partners were reading a book. It was a novel, a short story. They were like, I don't know, like desperately reading the book. And I was like, why are you guys all reading that book? And it's like, okay, we talked in the first class that we were about to discuss what happens in the story and all that. And I was like, I didn't even have the book. So you can imagine how lost I were. And I remember we all get to the classroom and the teacher told us like, wow, the professor told us, okay, you guys got together and discuss about the chapters. So we got together in groups of about, I don't know, 5 or 6 people, and imagine that there were like, I don't know, about 6 groups of 5 or 6 people. And they were all discussing about the book, about the novel, and I was kind of lost, looking at everybody, talking about what happened in the story, and I didn't even know the name of the book. And we had like 5 or 6 minutes discussing. I mean, the rest, I was just freaking out. And I remember I said to a friend, can you please explain me what happens in the story in Spanish so I can handle in a way what is happening here, because I didn't read it. I don't even have the book. And she told me like, you read it, you can understand it. And I was like, no, I don't. I mean, I don't even speak English. And she was like, yes, you can read it, you are going to understand. I remember I saw the book, I saw the pictures and tried to figure out what was happening in the story, because it was like a big text in the first chapter and kind of a picture of what was happening. I was like, okay, there is a guy talking to another man, and I was like trying to figure it out. And some minutes passed, and then the professor said, okay, we are going to start. And I was just praying God not to choose me, because I was super lost. And the professor stands up and said like, oh, Jocelyn, can you please tell us what's the first chapter about? I remember I stood, I took some deep breath, looked at everybody that was looking at me, right at me, about 40 people, and I realized I couldn't even speak. I freaked out and I walk out of the classroom and get to the bathroom and start crying because I couldn't even understand what was I doing there. It was like, why? What happened in my mind that I took the option to start in a career which I can't even have like a basis. It was super hard because I said to myself, you don't speak English now and you will never speak English because you are not able anymore. You can't. My friend, the one that told me that I could read it and I could understand, went to the bathroom and she started talking to me and she gave me a piece of advice that actually is the reason why I'm here right now, because she made me see that it wasn't that hard. That yes, starting learning a language can be stressful, can be embarrassing sometimes because you are always afraid of other people's judgments, of other people's words, because they can be rude sometimes. But the truth is that you know how good or how better can you be. And I listened to her words and I realized that English will not win to me. And I saw it as a challenge. And I am here after 7 years, 8 years. I never thought I could have this fluency. I never thought I could express my thoughts, my feelings in another language, and I am here. So this is a good story that I always remember, and I always try to make other people see that if you see things, hard things as a challenge, then you get like some power, and that makes you stronger in front of a challenge. And yes, it was difficult. Many times I was embarrassed in the room because I mispronounced things, words. I said many words that I invented actually. But that's, the process. Just that as the little kids when they are learning Spanish, and this brings me to another funny story that is about a little cousin. He was just a little kid. He was like, I think 3 years old, and he had some trouble with the verb poner en español. And he wanted to say to the grandma like, mi mamá me dijo que me lo ponga o que me lo pusiera. And he couldn't understand how the verb was conjugated in Spanish. And he said like, mi mamá me dijo que me lo pongara. So that kind of thing happens all the time in the process of learning a language. Even when you are a native, if you are not aware of the conjugations, the rules, the grammar, you are going to make these mistakes. But at the end, when you are engaged with the process, when you put an effort on the process, you are going to receive incredible results. So that's the objective of this video. Before any result that I got from my process, I had many problems. And now I feel that I even have problems. Maybe I forget words, I'm not as fluent as I would like to be, but we never stop learning. So if you guys have any trouble, try to record your voice when you are talking, because that allows you to see what are your mistakes, that allows you to see if you are saying something wrong. And at the end of the day, you are going to be like more aware of your problems, let's say. But that's it, okay? I would like that you let me know if you had any funny story about your learning process of English. Just please so if you have any funny story about your process of learning English, please leave your comments down here and let's try to do some, I don't know, funny facts about learning a language. It will never be easy, but it is possible. So thank you for being here. We are super grateful because we have you guys here. We wanted to provide a different real situation edition from the previous one. This is more natural, more real. And we want to know if you like this kind of videos, we can continue doing them. And thank you.
Aww.
Bye. And now my name is Jocelyn. Thank you. Remember, my name is Jocelyn and this was another edition of Let's Speak.